Good morning, boys and girls. It is Parrish Tanner here with Ocala Car Audio and Window Tint. I want to talk to you today about window film and some of the choices and some of the things that you need to consider when you are purchasing window film. So for us, we want to help make sure that you are 100% educated to make sure you know exactly what you're getting. After all, when you bought your car, you did your homework, you did your research, you know what it is. When you bought your house, you did your homework, you did your research, you know what it is. Even when you buy your refrigerator, why not do the same with your window tint? There's a lot of places in town that say, we'll tint any car for blah, blah, blah. And they don't really bother to tell you what you're getting, what kind of film it is, any of that stuff. For us, we want to make sure that you are educated on what you're getting. We want to make sure you know exactly what film you're getting and making sure you know why you purchased the film you did. So in a brief synopsis, I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly to help you out, and we can go a little more detailed whenever you come into the store. There are typically three kinds of light that we want to look at. We're going to be looking at visible light. That's why you're tinting it. You want to darken it up. You want to reduce the visible light passing into your vehicle. The ultraviolet light is another reason that a lot of people will add window film. The American Cancer Society acknowledges that window film can help reduce the risk of skin cancer. And that's why we want to look at that. A lot of times UVA, UVB can help destroy your skin and your car's interior. So a window film is something we want to make sure we're putting in place that blocks that. What's kind of cool is pretty much every single window film on the planet is going to block 99% of UVA and UVB. Let me rephrase it. Pretty much all of the reputable brands are going to do that. The reason they do that is the polyester films are going to deteriorate and fall apart really quickly in ultraviolet light. So to help ensure the life expectancy of the window film, they're going to put a UV inhibitor in there to help block some of that UV from coming through. So that's one of the things they do. Now the last thing we want to look at is actually going to be the infrared light. We've all been to a restaurant before where you see an infrared, these little lamps, the lights right above the food warmer lights. That's infrared light. That's how those work off to create that heat. Now, do we really want to allow that kind of light inside our car? Here in Florida, it gets hot. We want to keep it cool. So infrared light's one of the things we want to keep in mind when we're looking at window film. Not all of them are created equal. So I'm also going to talk to you today about our ceramic window films and why a lot of people are going with that these days and what makes it different from some of the others. So we'll start with our basic 3M window film is our obsidian window film. With the obsidian window film, it's going to block 99% of the UVA and UVB like all the window films. So I'm going to spend very little time on that today. Now, visible light. If we're going to go darkest legal, we don't need to spend a lot of time there because pretty much all the films are created equal. Approximately in Florida, you can do 20% on the back and 30 or 35 on the front. I think it's actually 15 and 28. But we won't spend a lot of time on that because we want to block the visible light to the most that we're allowed to without causing problems. I've actually had people that have been pulled over with 3% too dark and gotten a ticket for it. So we really don't like to do that kind of work. We want to make sure that we are giving you the window film that's maintaining the visibility that you need and maintaining the heat rejection that you need and basically what meets your needs. So when we're looking at the obsidian window film, again, it's going to block the UVA, UVB, as well as the visible light, and approximately 20% of the infrared light. That's the part that you feel. We actually have a sun simulator in the store that when you come in, we'll go over and let you see that. And then you step up into our color stable window film. The front doors are going to block approximately 50%, the rear doors approximately 60% of the infrared light. Now the big difference is you're also going to find, of the infrared light that is, what you're also going to find is this is no longer a dyed product. For me, a dyed product is great for 3 to 5 years in Florida, or if it's going to be garage kept, they work well if infrared light's not an issue. With the color stable window film, it's going to block the same 99% UVA and UVB. It's going to have roughly the same visible light blocking, but again, on the front doors, approximately 50% of infrared, and on the rear, approximately 60%. Now, that is actually considered ceramic for some people. Ceramic window films is the newer technology that are going to block more of the infrared. That's where they want to focus on, and that's kind of the selling point. What we have found is there are a lot of window films out there that call themselves ceramic. They're actually performing at or below what our color stable does when it comes to infrared light blocking. So now we're going to step up into our crystalline. We're going to talk about that for a minute. What we have found is on the crystalline, that's blocking approximately 97% of the infrared light coming in. That's pretty much the best that we can get on the planet. It's an pretty pricey film. It's not an inexpensive film to produce, so the costs go according to it. A few years back, we tried to fit a budget that was below the crystalline and above what the color stable was, or performance-wise. So we actually brought in some other brand ceramic window films. Trying to find one that was just right. 3M didn't have one that we liked enough. We tried some other ones. One of the key things that we found when we're dealing with other ceramic window films is a thing called low angle haze, which means at certain times of the day when the sun's at a certain point in the sky, the windows are at a certain angle. That's the angle, low angle, and a haze. Makes it look like it's dirty all the time. So what we found is on some of those ceramic window films, they don't perform as well as our color stable, and they make it harder to see out of. Well, I think we've all agreed that we don't see as well as we did when we were younger, so visibility is an important thing that we want to make sure we maintain. So when we're looking at that, we want to have no film that's going to inhibit our visibility in a negative fashion. So last year, 3M finally introduced a brand new ceramic window film that finally we're happy using. So now we've been offering the ceramic IR from 3M for about right at a year now, or maybe just a little over, and it's been a phenomenal performer for us. It's going to block 85 to 90% of the infrared light coming in. It is fractionally reduced from what the ceramic or from the crystalline is. However, the price is a very large difference, about $150 to $200 a card difference. So you're getting almost the same performance, and by the time it's actually on the glass in your car, we're 2 to 3% different of what the crystalline really does versus the ceramic IR. So we're doing a lot of that ceramic IR. We've noticed a lot of people now offering ceramic window films for very, very low prices. And so it made me look at some of them, and it reminded me of the days when I brought the early ceramic window films in that just didn't really meet the quality expectations of our clients, and that's why we held off so long. When we're looking at a 3M window film, we're looking at one of the most optically clear films possible. From a 100 and some odd year old company that is backing it, from Ocalicar Audio that's been around since 2008, backing those products. We plotter cut 99% of all the cars that we do. Too many times I've had cars come in here that had scratched glass, cut rubbers, or different things like that from cutting film on the glass. So we try to make sure we maintain a consistency with applying technology to the installation of the film. So when you get a chance to, I'm Parrish Tanner. I've got my guys on the sales floor. Any of us would be happy to answer some questions for you. Feel free to give us a call at 352-598 or 512-9897, 352-512-9897, or stop by the store at 12 South Pine Avenue, and we'd be happy to go over some options and help you understand what window film is right for you and let you get the one that fits your needs and your budget in the most timely fashion possible. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.